Donald Trump announced that the planned testimony of Ambassador Sondland, one of those cited in the really damning text that came out in this Ukraine scandal, is not going to happen. He blocked it from happening, and he announced this by tweeting, "I would love to send Ambassador Sondland, a really good man and great American, to testify, but unfortunately he would be testifying before a totally compromised kangaroo court where Republicans' rights have been taken away and true facts are not allowed out for the public to see." Importantly, Ambassador Sondland's tweet, which few report, it wasn't a tweet, it was a text, and many people reported, that's why you're scared. Anyway, quote, "I believe you are incorrect about President Trump's intentions. The president has been crystal clear, no quid pro quos of any kind. That says it all." Okay, Emma, so when people saw that text message, they believed that it came about as a result of coordination with the president. Him tweeting it seems to seal that deal. What do you think about this communication, but also Sondland not testifying today?
Well, even if it wasn't a direct coordination with the president, Sondland is not dumb enough to say, oh, it is a quid pro quo in the text. He knows that if this was some sort of dodgy situation, that he would need to cover his tracks, and that's exactly what this is, in my view. This is really old school Nixonian politics, right? And it seems like a man who is very cornered. He has to have seen the poll numbers that came out today that nearly 60% of Americans support impeachment, which is a almost 20-point, 15-point flip from just July. Because this Ukrainian issue is way more clear cut than anything we saw with Russia. It's obviously illegal. He was trying to leverage taxpayer money that normally goes to the Ukraine for his own political ends. And so that message is resonating. And I think that that's why we're seeing this panic from Donald Trump at this current moment. And as a result, that's why he's trying to block this testimony from happening. And Giuliani's doing the same thing, right? He's refusing to go in front of Congress. So it seems as though they're coordinating in that respect.
Yeah, I mean, so far no cooperation from those two. You rightfully pointed out that this is like a Nixonian strategy. I didn't really pay attention to history. I don't remember how that worked for Nixon. But what do you think about this as a strategy? I mean, some, including Lindsey Graham, have made the case that obstructing an impeachment inquiry is itself grounds for impeachment. So this seems like a bold strategy. Do you think that it's possible that the Democrats might simply fold, that they won't actually exercise other means of forcing them to testify?
Well, the Democrats folding is always a very real and often probable possibility. But I do think that people like Pelosi, who are poll watchers and notoriously scared to do anything that they may perceive as politically risky, are going to be emboldened by these outcoming poll numbers and the fact that the American people are largely pretty outraged about what they're seeing and what was revealed by this whistleblower. So I do think that that's the silver lining in terms of how the Democrats are going to respond to this. But in terms of a strategy from Trump, for their ends, I think it's a good one. Donald Trump has gotten away with a lot, and Republicans in general have gotten away with a lot by just blowing past it and being arrogant and brash and saying that it doesn't matter and doing whatever they need to do to avoid scrutiny. And that seems to be the tried and true method that he's going with this time around. He doesn't really have another option. Is he going to admit wrongdoing? That's not in his DNA. And honestly, in the United States of America at this current moment, lying and just saying that you didn't do anything wrong and being, puffing out your chest, it's worked. And hopefully the Democrats can see through that.
Hopefully, and hopefully they'll actually exercise some sort of legal recourse, but we'll have to see. They have subpoenaed Sondland. We will see if that will be enough to get him to testify. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.